People, we at it again, man. Hope y'all doing well. I'm doing great. This one is on spiritual awakening. What is a spiritual awakening, guys? From yogabasics.com, and they define a spiritual awakening as the experience of one or more profound shifts in consciousness that brings about a greater understanding of the mystery of life and the interconnectedness of all things. Okay? The two types of awakenings, right? We have sudden awakenings, which is Satori, right? The term for that is Satori. Okay? This is sudden insights, right? Sudden light bulb moments or sudden awakening moments. Okay? There's no pain involved. The second type of awakening is called Kensho. Okay? Kensho. And Kensho is awakening through pain or growth through pain. Okay? This is when your awakening is brought on by some kind of life event that rearranges who you are. Okay? Some kind of life-changing life event that throws you off your path, that kind of sweep the rug from underneath you, so to speak. Okay? I know for me, it was the death of my maternal grandmother. Okay? That's what mine was. The death of my maternal grandmother. Okay? Very lovely woman. And guys, as soon as she passed, guys, that's when I had my awakening. Okay? I know some people experience awakenings after very serious and terrible car accidents, after divorces. Okay? These are examples of life-changing situations that may bring about an awakening. Okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be, guys. Okay? Sometimes it could be a near-death experience on yourself, which will bring about this awakening. Okay? And so again, we have Satori, which is sudden light bulb moments or sudden awakenings, and we have Kensho, which is what? Growth through pain, guys. Growth through pain. Okay? So let's become aware of that. Now that we know what a spiritual awakening is based on that definition, let's get into some of the things you will experience once you undergo a spiritual awakening. The first thing I have here, guys, is increased empathy and compassion. Okay? Empathy and compassion, guys. If you are someone with normal levels of empathy and compassion, once you awaken, you have very high levels, right? It increases tremendously, right? To where you overlook all the invisible boundaries that are usually there, that could be created through race and gender and religion and all, societal stuff. Guys, all of those things go out of the window, so to speak, right? And you just begin to embrace everybody and everything and everyone. All right? You see yourself in everything. You see yourself in everybody. Okay? You realize that this individual over here, right, despite what their complexion, their skin complexion may be, you realize that you and them are one. All right? And you also realize that we are all interconnected at the end of the day. You begin to have empathy and be compassionate towards any and everything, right? Including animals and objects. You just begin to embrace everything and everybody, really. You understand what I'm saying? That's pretty much the best way to sum it up, right? So let's just say if you do bad towards someone, essentially you're doing it to yourself, right? This is a realization that comes along as you awaken and begin developing, right? So again, all right, you develop a lot of empathy and compassion towards everything and everyone around you, right? Including animals, birds, insects, objects, trees, everything, pretty much everything, right? So that's sign number one, right? Sign number two, it's synchronicities or meaningful coincidences, right? Now, guys, When we talk about synchronicities, most people relate this to seeing repeating numbers, or some refer to them as angel numbers, right? There'll be more on that later. But let me focus on meaningful coincidences, right? You begin to experience more deja vu moments, okay? I'm going to say that again. You begin to experience more and more deja vu moments, right? To where things will happen, or you will think of things, and you end up seeing it manifesting in your reality. One of the biggest ones, guys, is that you think of someone, a friend or a family member, a loved one, and you receive a call or a text from them, right? Some kind of telepathic communication going on there. I'm not sure what, but guys, this is how serious it is, right? You could just think about someone, and then next thing you know, your phone rings, it's them. Okay? Or you can mention someone's name, and then all of a sudden something about them happens, or something about them appears in your reality. All right? This is what we call meaningful coincidences, or synchronicities, right? So now let's look a bit about the angel numbers, or the repeating numbers side of things, right? Guys, angel numbers or repeating numbers are a way for our spirit team, right? For our spiritual team to communicate, or God or source to communicate with us, or the universe, as some refer to as, right? These are ways for God or source or the universe to communicate with us, okay? And how do they do it, guys? They use these numbers, right? They use these repeating numbers to give us guidance, okay? To guide us, all right? They use it to give us guidance. They use it to comfort us. They use it to give us assurance. They use it for a lot of different purposes, confirmations, a lot of different answers to prayers. They use them for a lot of different purposes. So the bottom line is, guys, these are ways that source or God communicate, or our spiritual team communicates with us, okay, by showing us repeating numbers, okay? And this ties into the meaningful coincidences thing that I mentioned earlier, right? Once you will begin to wake up, you will start to experience these things. I know in my experience, I was going crazy. I said, why do I keep seeing these numbers following me around? I think somebody's chasing me. I keep seeing the same number over and over. And guys, these numbers can be displayed on anything from the license plate in front of you, to billboards, to receipts, right? To the clock when you happen to randomly check the time. All right, it could be your total at a store, or it could be your change from a purchase, or it could be a receipt total. It could, guys, when they need to communicate with you, best believe they will communicate with you. Just know that. All right, when there's communication to be had with you, best believe it will happen. All right, they will find a way to get it to you. All right, on to point number 3. Point number 3 I have is relationship shifts. Okay, relationship shifts. I get tongue tied, right, guys? So one thing a spiritual awakening does, right, is I want to say it ultimately brings you to your highest version, right? Your highest self, right? That's what a spiritual awakening does. So as you begin to wake up, you will start to notice that your relationships are starting to break up and fall apart, random and for no apparent reason, right? It almost come off like you have a problem with folks all of a sudden. But guys, that's not what's happening here, okay? That's not what's happening, right? What I'm saying happens across the board, guys. Nobody is exempt, all right? Because God wants you isolated by yourself so you can focus on yourself and your healing and your journey and your development, okay? To become this individual that God wants to use, okay? So he will isolate you on purpose for you to develop and heal yourself, okay? Heal your trauma. So you come back out, right? Refreshed and ready to go to help others, heal others, okay? So let's go into that a little bit, right? Your friendships, okay? Your friendships will fall apart, okay? Let me not sugarcoat it. Your friendships will fall apart, right? People that you grew up with, you've been friends with for years and whatnot. Guys, if that friendship is not aligned with your highest good, right? If it's not aligned with your highest good, guys, it will get dissolved. Let's just put it simply like that, right? Pretty much that's what the theme here is. Any relationship, including your significant others, all right, including family members, siblings, everything, all right, any and everybody, friendships, right, co-workers, all your relationships, right? If it's not in alignment with your highest good, right? If it's not in alignment with your highest version, the highest version of you, right? If this relationship does not contribute to that, it will get dissolved, right? Because at that point, that relationship has ran its course, right? It's time for it to get dissolved. That way, new and more fruitful relationships can be developed, okay? It's like we are emptying the space so we can refill it with more fulfilling and more loving relationships, right? Relationships that are geared towards their highest version, all right? Guys, be prepared for it. And it could get painful, guys. It can get painful when you become separated from people that you know your entire life, right? People that you've been with your entire life. When you become separated from them, it could be very, very painful, all right? So be aware of that. But guys, it's all, at the end of the day, it's all for the greater good. It's all for your highest good, okay? So it's nothing bad. It's nothing, you know, you don't have a problem with no one. Nobody have a problem with you. It's naturally happening, right? As part of your awakening, as part of your evolutionary journey, okay? So on to number 4. Number 4 is my favorite one, okay? It's almost like my favorite one. It's solitude and isolation, okay? Solitude and isolation, okay? Now, go back to the previous point about relationships, right? I always say that life is about resonance, okay? Life is about resonance, okay? So what's happening as your relationships are developing, right? Because your vibration is rising, your vibration is increasing, right? And these relationships may no longer be a vibrational match for you, for your current vibration, right? That's why they get dissolved. You understand what I'm saying? So let's move back on to solitude and isolation, guys, right? Guys, you will notice, like I said earlier, God is purposely isolating you, right? So you can work on yourself, you can focus on yourself, you can focus on your healing, right? And your evolution, right? So what happens here is, as your friendships begin to dissolve, you now have all this time to yourself, okay? You'll notice even if you try to hang out with folks, you're not gonna have fun. You know, it's gonna end up being painful on your part. You know what I'm saying? So you're better off, you know, leaving it alone and just being alone, right? In the beginning, we kind of struggle, you know, with it, but as we continue to develop, we begin to embrace it more and more, because we start to notice how beneficial it is starting to become to us, right? So guys, God isolates you so you can focus on yourself, you can focus on your healing, heal yourself, heal your trauma, right? Heal everything that you've been through, okay? So you can come out like a butterfly emerging out of a cocoon, okay? You can come out, flourish, and help others. So guys, cherish the phase. Cherish Cherish the isolation phase, guys. It's very important, man. Cherish it, man. Cherish it when it comes. It's very great time for you. And it may be painful in the beginning, but as time goes on, guys, you become accustomed to it, right? You become accustomed to it and you learn to love yourself even more. You learn to love yourself even more during this period, okay? During the period of isolation, you learn to embrace yourself. You learn to love who you are, all right? You actually find out who you are and you begin to embrace yourself, who you are, okay? So cherish this phase, guys, right? Learn to be comfortable with being by yourself, okay? And a lot of folks, man, when the minute they get by themselves, they start freaking out. Nah, man. That's the best thing you could have, bro. Peace of mind is priceless, man. You're no drama. Nobody's there to bother you, distract you, nothing. Now you have all the time to focus on you, right? You have all the time necessary to focus on you and your healing. What do you need? Who are you? What do you want out of life? Those type of things, right? This God isolates you so you could deal with yourself, right? Face yourself, face your traumas, right? Guys, it's a great time, right? And as you going through your healing process, guys, sometimes it could get painful, right? But like I said, that's why you're being isolated, so you can put all that energy into yourself, right? There's nobody there, no energy vampires there to come distract you or steal your energy or anything, right? Now you can pour all that energy into yourself, okay? So that's solitude and isolation, guys. It's a great time, guys. I know it could get painful, but guys, embrace it when the time comes, okay? Me, I've learned to spend so much time alone now that, you know, I've become accustomed to it, and I love it. I love it, man. What I tell you, I love it, guys. I cherish this phase when you reach it, man. When this phase comes, cherish it, man, and be very grateful and be thankful for it. All right. So, at point number 5, right, we have increased intuition or awareness, right? At point number 5, we have increased intuition and awareness. So increased intuition and awareness, right? Guys, you notice that you're beginning to get more and more intuitive nudges, right? By listening to your intuition, following your intuition, and taking action on these intuitive nudges, you will notice that you are actually achieving your desired results. Okay, you also, guys, you start to become aware of everything and everybody around you. You remember I said you start to see yourself in everybody and everything and that you encounter. You start to notice that we are all one. So that's what happens with awareness, right? You begin to notice these things, right? You begin to notice yourself in the next man or the next woman, right? Or the dog or the tree, right? Or the river, so to speak. You begin to notice that all living things are one, okay? And all living things are interconnected, right? So if you inflict hurt on someone, thinking you're hurting them, in essence, you're inflicting hurt on yourself because we're all one. All right, but guys, increased intuition and awareness, you like I said, you begin to get more and more intuitive nudges. You begin to know things more and more. As time progresses, you just know things. You don't know how you know them, you just know them. Okay, someone may ask a question and you will snap with an answer right away. You don't know how you know, okay? You don't know how you know. And people be looking at you weird, like, how do you know all these things? And the funny thing is, you don't know how you know. You just know it, okay? There's something going on in the background that we don't see, all right? But that's how it is, guys. That's how it is. I know I've had people reach out to me and I just go in the flow and just start flowing. And then they'll be like, huh? Where do you learn all this stuff? How do you know all this stuff? And then it's like, I don't know. I can't answer where I learned this stuff. I don't know where I learned it. I just know it. You understand what I'm saying? This is as a direct result of your increased intuition and awareness. Okay, so that's indicator number 5, right? Let's move on to number 6. Number 6 I have is time in nature. All right, or being drawn to nature. Okay, guys, whether it's being out in the mountains or being out in the forest or being by the water or by the beach, or it's just, guys, you crave to be in nature now. You crave to connect with nature. It's almost like nature calls you. Okay, it's almost like every day you have to be in nature. Over time, this is how I've developed up onto, like, every day I feel the call to be in nature. Okay, what happens here, guys? You're connecting with Mother Nature. Okay, you're connecting with Mother Nature. Remember, all right, the water, the mountains, the trees, all of those things, guys, they're all part of nature. Okay, so when you're in nature, you're connecting with that, and you're connecting with Mother Earth as well. When you're connecting with nature, you're in essence connecting with Mother Earth. All right, and that's one of the best things you could do, guys. Another thing too, I must say, guys, is being in nature helps you ground yourself and ground your energy, so you're not all over the place, scared and confused and all of this. It helps you stay grounded, right? And one of the best things you could do, guys, when you're in nature is just simply take your shoes off, take your socks off, and put your bare feet on the grass or in the dirt or on the sand, right? If you're by the beach, put your bare feet on the sand, put your bare feet on the grass, and connect with Mother Earth. All right, it helps you, guys. It helps you a lot. It helps you release toxins from your body, and in exchange, here's the thing too, in exchange, Mother Earth gives you something. All right, I believe it's positively charged ions that you release into the earth when you ground or you earth. Okay, this process is called grounding or earthing. Okay, you release positively charged ions and you receive negatively charged ions from Mother Earth, which is what our body needs. Okay, so guys, do your best to spend time in nature. All right, and you're gonna get to a point where no one's gonna tell you. It's almost like it's gonna call you. Okay, you're gonna just make your way by, next to the water or to a park or somewhere. You're gonna make your way there. You understand what I'm saying? So another thing you could do, guys, you could, literally just hug a tree. All right, grab a tree, hug a tree, connect with it. All right, if you're able to sit under a tree or next to a tree, sit down. All right, if you're not able to, you could take your shoes off and place your feet right next to the tree and hug that tree. Just connect with it. Okay, so guys, this is spending time in nature or attraction to nature. Okay, nature calls your name almost. All right, that's indicator number 6. All right, and the last but not least, you start to experience sudden bursts of joy and peace. Right, a sudden burst of joy and peace. Now, when it comes to this, they come randomly. All right, and they kind of unexplainable. All right, I know I've had bouts of just bursting out laughing. Out of nowhere, just laughing, and people look at me like, what's that all about? And I really have nothing. I have no reason. It's just I'm in a great mood. All of a sudden, something just went off inside you. You get what I'm saying? And it's unexplainable, guys. But know that you have your mind at peace, right? There will be periods where you have your mind at peace, very settled and very calm, right? You have your mind at peace. And then what? You have bursts of joy, random bursts of joy out of nowhere. And you there's no way to explain it, really. You get what I'm saying? So let's say that, let's leave it like that, right? Because there's really no other way to explain it. Because as this is happening, if someone asks you, why are you laughing, why are you so happy, you can't really explain. It's just something that's naturally happening, and there's really no explanation for it. All right. So some of the other things that happens is increased creativity, right? As you go through your awakening process, that's one of the things that you will experience, increased creativity, right? Another big thing is fearlessness, right? Fearlessness against death, right? Fearlessness towards death. That's a big one, right? As you awaken, you begin to notice that, death is really nothing to be afraid of. You understand what I'm saying? So you develop this sudden fearlessness towards that. And the dark kingdom as well. You start to realize how powerless they are compared to you. You understand? And you realize how powerful you as an individual being are. You understand? So you develop this sudden fearlessness towards the dark world, and also towards death. Okay? You don't fear death anymore. You know death is just part of the process, and we don't necessarily really die. Our body may stop, but our spirit continues on. You understand? So we don't necessarily die, right? So that's fearlessness. I have here meditation, or path of knowledge, right? Meditation, that's one thing that you do, guys. Once you experience an awakening, you become drawn to all things spiritual, metaphysical, and the cosmos, right? Everything spiritual, because now you're awakened, your mind is wide open, and so you it's like a kid in a candy shop, right? You in a spiritual candy shop, so to speak, right? You're like, oh, what's this? What's that? What's this? What's that? You want to know what it is, or, what is there to know about everything. You want to learn about everything. And eventually, guys, you will settle, right? You will pick your favorites, so to speak. You will align with your favorites, and you will select those, and you will live your life by them, right? Like me now, I've made meditation my best friend. If I don't meditate during, in the day, I'm feeling off, like I'm off. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a sudden interest in all things spiritual, metaphysical, and the cosmos, right? The last thing I want to add is depression or anxiety, right? This is something that you will experience a bit, but not too much. Not too much. It's all part of the process, and it will come and go. Okay, it will come and go until you have healed whatever the underlying cause is. Okay, they will come and go until you've healed what the underlying cause is. So an awakening is not an ordinary walk in the park. All right, it's very profound, right? It rearranges your entire being, so to speak. All right, if you guys have questions, tap in, leave the questions in the comments, right? And I do my best to answer them. Other than that, guys, subscribe, share. If you find this helpful, subscribe, share with a loved one, and like the video, right? Make it reach more people, right? I'll catch up with you guys on the next video. All right. Peace, love, and more life.